One of the most asked questions is how many people actually want to go to space with Virgin Galactic? How many people want to fly that thing? And exactly this we will discover in today's vlog. So while most of you out there are waiting that stock price of space is going further up, well, we are on the downturn since about July, and it seems that we slowly building a bottom here. But you know, all of this kind of things we will discuss on our weekly Virgin Galactic Friday episode, so make sure to stay tuned. Today we are talking about something even more importantly, because as you need some patience for investing into Virgin Galactic, you need to understand that space tourism is something brand new. And I get this question a lot. Do you think there is a lot of demand for this space tourism? And I always say, freaking yes, guys, okay? If I would have the money, I would definitely go. And I know for sure, if you're asking yourself out there behind the camera, if you would have the money, would you do the space flight? Let me know in the comments. I think yes. I think the answer is yes. So actually, this question was asked by the Cowen investment bank. Okay, just to introduce you to Cowen. Cowen is one of a 100+ years old investment bank from the US, quite known and apparently also an investor into Virgin Galactic. So they made this statistic that they asked, high net individuals with $5 million or more net worth, and they asked them, would you consider to go into a Virgin Galactic flight for $250,000 per ticket price target? Okay, so they asked them, and 39% of all of those questioned said yes. Okay, and this actually blew my mind, because the addressable market apparently is 2.4 million people that have $5 or more million available. Because if you're thinking about it, it's quite a big deal if you consider 10% of $5 million would be $500,000. So they would spend 5% of their net worth on a ticket. I mean, on the other side, there's different kind of things that you can spend your money on. You can travel, you can buy a small house or whatsoever for 5% of your 5 million net worth. But going into space is something very, very unique, right? So I was quite surprised that demand is actually so big. And I found even during my research some studies that there's even 3 million people out there that have a net worth of $5 or more million. Okay, so this is quite interesting that the market is so big, and a lot of people want actually to go to space with Virgin Galactic for this price tag. So this tells us something, that I think that we will not have a demand problem with Virgin Galactic. We will have rather a scaling problem. And what does it mean? This we will discuss in the next section of this vlog. And for that, we need to make some math. And I was never the best at math, but for you, we will crunch some numbers. But before we diving into those numbers, I would like to thank you to all the members of this channel. You guys make so much possible, and I believe that you are really the fusion energy that gives this channel and supplying this channel with so much positive energy that the content keeps on coming. And I would like to invite you, if you're not part of the community yet, make sure to click the join button below all the videos. There you get all the information that you need for becoming a Wolf of Dubai member, so you can support the channel similar like to Patreon. And then the second tier is access to our Discord chat, where you can text with like-minded people 24 hours. And those people out there are super, super cool. And the third one is even one-on-one with me. I love to be that close with some members that really want to change their investment to make it super successful. It's like a mentorship. I don't know any YouTuber out there that is offering something for that dirt cheap, okay? It's super much value, and check it out. It's less than a Netflix membership, so it's really worth it if you're considering how much money we will do over the next couple of years together. So I would like to make sure that we don't miss anything here now on the demand and challenges that comes ahead of space. Now we first have now the hypothesis that demand will not be a problem. So let's make some math here. So they are saying that about 39% of 2.4 million people would be interested to go into space for $250,000 per ticket price, okay? Now, if you are considering this, I would be a little bit more conservative with that, all right? Because let's say 2.4 million people times, I would just say, 5%. If 5% of those people would spend $250,000 or more to go on a flight, then we have about 120,000 people that would be paying customers, which would be ridiculous, okay? And times the current price, which is 300,000, but let's say we put in 250,000 as they were asked for, this would be a turnover of $30 billion, guys. And just to visualize that, all right? So this would be more turnover than Tesla is doing today, all right? So Tesla maybe will cross the $30 billion mark, but just with this small business model of space travel, $30 billion. Now, the question is, if there's the market out there, what is the real problem or let's say the real challenge for Richard Branson, Shamas and co? It's actually scalability. Because think about it, to bring 120,000 people into space, you really need a lot of flights. How many flights? Well, let's have a look. So actually, if we divide 120,000 divided by 6 passengers, we need 20,000 flights. So the question is how we get to 20,000 flights. Well, the spaceship itself is obviously, reusable, okay? Just some fluid need to be put into the ship and then it can go numerous times into space. So it's about the regularity, how often we can take off, and on the other side, how many spaceships we have. So this is actually quite significant, interesting challenge that they have, because on the one side we need to have as much spaceships as we can build, and on the other side we need absolutely lots and lots of stuff, because the spaceport is already there, right? I mean, the location is there to cater, I think, hundreds of people at the same time, in my personal opinion. And on the other side, it's the question of how fast we can scale to be super safe and super having a unique experience. And I think this will be the challenge over the next years for Virgin Galactic out there to make this growth happen, okay? This resources to fly as many people out there, because the market is definitely there. So as a takeaway from this video, I would like you to understand, first of all, most of the time, this market researches and questionnaires are always wrong, all right? They are never perfect. And actually, it's a quite positive thing, because those are so wrong that it's way higher. Much more people will demand to go into space, because you have to consider that there's no other company that is offering this, all right? And Virgin Galactic is the closest one to offer it. And once they are operational for a couple of months, we will have footage, we will have interviews, we will have celebrities all in space. And this will trigger so much demand and the willingness to go up for, crazy people out there, for YouTubers. I would love to have the very first vlog in space with Virgin Galactic, so maybe I should contact them. However, the CEO of IBM, the biggest computer company back then, a couple of decades ago, said the whole market for computers will be 5. Now everyone who has a smartphone has a computer in his pocket, right? And this is just the phone computers. Then we have all the laptops and desktop PCs out there. Then think about also the research that one of the biggest telecommunication provider once did on mobile phones. They wanted to know, and they asked a very, very professional company to make a huge market research to estimate how many mobile contracts we can sell in a couple of years. And they estimated, we think in the whole North America sector, maybe 500,000. And it became millions. I mean, everyone has a mobile phone contract, right? So as you can see, those estimations are very, very wrong because people are very bad in estimations, all right? So therefore, I'm super happy that this will be way underrated what we are seeing right now here with those numbers. On the other side, you really have to be a little bit patient. I see a lot of there people saying, no, this company need too much time and so on. First of all, they are creating one of the best experience out there, okay? So guys, be a little bit patient. And those people are mostly the people that are just in for a couple of weeks. Guys, I was in stocks for years, nothing happened, and boom, suddenly the stock went up 500% in no time. And people who didn't trust or didn't understood lost the game because they went then higher in, and then came a small correction or whatsoever, and they got scared and they went out and they lost maybe 30-40% of their money. And on the other side, I had stocks that went down first for a long period of time, months, right? For Tesla, for example, I invested in January or December of 2018 or January in 2019, and the stock went from 350 to 180. What was I scared? No, because I knew that this company can be so successful, and look where we are now, right? So don't be scared. Be a little bit patient. The demand is absolutely there, guys. It's just about the further scalability of the company, and I think there will be some very, very creative ways to start operations worldwide as well, right? Think about spaceports in the Middle East, what was, chatter for a very, very long time with Virgin Galactic. This is just spaceport in the US, but I can see a spaceport in Europe, a spaceport in the Middle East and Asia. So I'm super, super excited for the opportunity with space, and I hope you are on board too.